have tested over 4,000 beauty products. Here's what's worth grabbing at the Sephora sale, and here's what to avoid. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. 4,000 products plus later, I have all the surprises, all the standouts, and all the skips at the Sephora sale. So if you've watched me for a while, you know I do these Sephora sale videos twice a year. The sale is twice a year, and so do many other content creators. And when I was thinking about how to do this video, I was thinking to myself, what do people really want to know? What do you guys really need when you're walking into the Sephora? So I went into a Sephora and took a bunch of video, which I'll show you as I talk through the brands. And what I think might be the most helpful is for me to go through brand by brand and as quickly as I can, as an overview, not every single product, and say, here's what I think you should buy for this brand, and here's what I think you should skip. Because Sephora's can be overwhelming. They're fantastic places to spend a lot of time and just go through and swatch and walk around. It can be a lot of fun, but it can also be, it can also give you some anxiety. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe mine is just really loud with a lot of people in it. But I feel like, you know, it might be good to have a game plan if you're going in. And if you're shopping online, same thing. Like you can break this up as in like brand, or you break it up by department, hair, skincare, whatever. So first we're gonna start with hair, we're gonna do skincare, we're gonna do beauty, and then I'm gonna do fragrance. And each one of those categories, I'm gonna concentrate on the brand, tell you what to buy, tell you what to skip, to make it really easy for everyone, okay? So here we go, hair, okay? Hair. Hair. So if you watch the short that I did, this is the Shark Glossy results. There's no other product in my hair except for the Crown Affair leave-in conditioner, which I'll get to in a sec. But I have to tell you, I was very surprised by the results from the Shark Glossy. I am a huge Dyson girl. All my stuff is Dyson. This product really works. You can see me doing it in the short. Of course, I sped it up because it takes a while to do my hair. But if you have hair that's mine, that you have more of it, it's a heavier, you know, type of hair. It's a thicker type of hair. Coarse, my hair is very coarse. It has wave to it. I wouldn't say it's curly, it's wavy. You're gonna love the Shark Glossy. It's excellent. There's two settings. There's a setting so that when it's wet, you can basically, you know, get the hair in the shape that you want. And then there's a setting for when it's dry, and basically it heats up just like a flat iron would. And there are ceramic plates in the top of the tool that are curved. And then you put it against the root and just pull, and it just smooths out the hair and makes it look glossy. It's a phenomenally good product. If you can get it 20% off, I mean, I would buy it immediately. It was gifted to me, but I can tell you, I mean, honestly, I would buy this. If my sister takes it from me, and sometimes she takes my stuff, which is, I mean, I let her have it. She's not just stealing it. I would buy this for myself. It's that good. Crown Affair. I love everything by Crown Affair. I have never tried anything from them that I don't like. Their brushes are the boar head brushes though, and that doesn't work as well on my hair because it's coarse and I need something that has more sharp to get through my hair. But a lot of people like the boar head because it's softer on your hair. So it's not, the brushes aren't for me, but you might love them. And I know a lot of people do love that type of brush, but for me, it's too soft. The favorite thing from Crown Affair, there's two, and I really can't separate them. One is the leave-in conditioner that I use every single time I wash my hair. It's a collab that they did with DS and Durga, which is a perfumery. It's called I Don't Know What. The scent is amazing. And I use that as my leave-in conditioner every single time. I need a leave-in conditioner because, again, I have a lot of hair and it's thick. If you don't use a leave-in conditioner, then there you go. You won't be picking up that product. But if you do need a dry shampoo, which most of us need, I wash my hair maybe once, maybe twice a week. Depends on hot yoga schedule. If I do a lot of hot yoga, then I wash my hair every time I go to hot yoga. They have a dry shampoo that comes in like, it looks like a tub and it's like a brush. It's fantastic. It's so good. The thing is, not everyone will love it because it's not a spray. I prefer the powder, but again, I have thicker hair, I have more hair. So that one will depend on, you know, just your preference about what you like in regards to texture, but it doesn't leave any residue. It soaks everything up. Your hair looks just this good. Crown Affair is a really great brand to try if you haven't already for your hair. They also have a leave-in treatment overnight, which is also excellent, but I'm trying not to go through every single product because we'll be here all day long. It's just true. Gissu. Gissu is the hair oils, and I thought I brought it up. I'll have it on my live so you guys can see it. And yes, I'm doing a live for the Sephora sale as well, so you can ask me all your questions one-on-one. Gissu hair oil is extremely good. They have different scents now. They smell phenomenal, and you can put them in the ends of your hair. What I tend to do is let my hair air dry a lot of the time because I have waves in my hair, and I take the oil and just like put it into the ends of my hair, and it sort of goes up your roots. If you have very, very thin hair, I wouldn't do that. You won't need it because your hair is so fine. You get oils more often, unless you have very dry hair and thin hair, which I haven't seen as often. But they have sprays, perfume sprays, and oils. Their whole line is excellent. Really, I love their hair oils. Those are my favorites. And Olaplex. So Olaplex has products that I really like. They're bond treatments. The bond treatment, you use the shampoo, then the bond treatment, then the conditioner. And what that does, it's similar to another brand called Après, which I also love, but they don't have it at Sephora. It really helps bond your hair when you get it damaged. And your hair will damage if you color it like I do. I have basically white hair at this point, so I color my hair. Using flat irons, you know, using a dryer every day, the ends do get damaged. And if you use the bond treatments, I use it once a month. If you need to use it more often, use it more often. Makes a huge difference. So the Olaplex bond treatment, I think, is absolutely worth it. The shampoos, I think the 3 and 4 are really good, and I think they're great for people who have thicker hair, but I think if you have really thin hair, I think that particular shampoo conditioner combination is too much. However, they have ones for thin hair too, but I haven't tried those for obvious reasons. Virtue. So Virtue has a line of dermatologist basically based, or the people that do hair, I forget what that's called, for thinning hair. Now, you're gonna look at my hair and be like, your hair's not thinning. But here's the thing, guys, it is. Every person, if you're a human being, your hair starts to thin at a certain age, okay? It could be you have a lot of thinning, or you could just have like temple thinning like I do. There are things that help. There are treatments that you can get done, but I do find that the Virtue hair and conditioner does help with the appearance of the thinness, and it does seem to help with this area in here. There are other products that help as well, but they're not at Sephora. But I do really like the Virtue line. I would strongly recommend them. They are at Sephora. They will be 20% off. I believe they're on Amazon as well. Necessaire. Necessaire is one of my favorite brands for like skincare. I use their body lotions. They don't have scents to them, which is very important, especially if you suffer from migraines like I do, even though I do love perfume. But their rosemary shampoo and conditioner, I really suggest you try it. I know it says on there for like thinning hair, but that's not what I use it for. I mean, yes, it probably is helping with my thinning hair, but what I use it for is like a reset every month. And sometimes I use it twice a month. So what it does is it just really gets to the scalp and like cleans everything. It smells phenomenally good. There's rosemary scalp treatment as well. You should really try those. It doesn't matter what kind of hair you have. I think you'll really, really like them. And actually, every time I use that shampoo and conditioner, that's the only time my husband comments on how nice my hair smells, which is interesting because I do use hair mist and stuff. But the only scent he really, really likes is rosemary, which it's of note. It's interesting. Skincare. So most of the skincare that I'll talk about isn't really, quote, skincare, but this is the best place it fits. So first of all, the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair, there's a face one that's the one that's been around for forever and gets all kinds of awards. And then the eye repair and the lift. Because Estee Lauder's been around for a long time, don't like put it over here on the side and be like, oh, I'm not going to use that. That's for my grandmother or something. Because there's a reason Estee Lauder became Estee Lauder, and there's a reason that night repair cream and now the eye lift sells so well. It really does work. So just don't, dismiss something just because you think it might not be it might not be the thing. Sometimes the thing that you might be surprised by the products that work really well. I also like the Estee Lauder lipsticks and the lip liners. Their eyeshadows have never done it for me. I haven't tried their new ones though, to be frank. So I kept saying I was going to, I still haven't, but. The Merit Primer. So this is basically Guerlain watery oil. Really. at a cheaper price point. It's a glow primer. It works really well. I really like it. Summer Fridays, Laneige, and Edam. Okay, so these are all lip. So I have a lot of Edam. I love these products. I take them with me everywhere. I was in LA. I had like 3 of them with me. I was like, why do I have 3 of them? Which was fine. But I have them in the croissant, the pomme de chocolate, and I think this one is fig. Yes, fig sauce. Probably pick up more. These are really good. They're just really easy to use. You know, they have this really cool wand. These are the special editions. That's why they're in gold and this one's in silver. And it feels nice on the lips. It works really well, imparts a little bit of color, not too much. It softens your lips. My lips are very dry, so I just travel everywhere with those. I think they're great. And then the Laneige lips, I actually have a set, if I can find it. Here we go. That I was gifted at the YouTube event. And let me know if you want to see a behind the scenes of the YouTube event, guys. I can show you all the stuff that I was gifted if you'd like to see it. If you don't want to see it, that's fine too. This is the Midnight Minis. And so you've got the lip pots and then you have the squeezy tubes. I have, and if you want to see it on the live, let me know. I have like 9 of these. I mean, honestly, I use them all the time. They're in my bedside drawer. I put the little tub ones on my lips before I go to bed at night. The little tube ones I have in my drawer, and I have in my purse, different purses. And where is it now? Now I can't find it, of course. They're probably in my bag, sorry. But the point is, because I've been traveling, so I have like different bags, and so now things are in different places. Do you feel discombobulated when you travel, or is that just me? They, again, have a similar kind of thing. They're just like, you know, easy to put on. They're really good lip softening treatments. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people who's always, my lips are just dry. So I'm always putting on balm. The Chanel one is excellent, guys, but it's so expensive. It's $365. Detour. If you want to buy yourself a beautiful gift, it's a beautiful gift. Or you want to get something for someone else, the lip product from Chanel, I'll make sure it's linked down below. It is gorgeous, but I have a very difficult time recommending something that's $365 when these products are all good. They're really good. I am trying a new brand this month of skincare, and they gave me a lip balm, so I'll let you know how that is too. But I'm always on the hunt for like an excellent lip product. Summer Fridays is the other brand, and I do have a lot of Summer Fridays products that I use. Again, it's just like a lip balm type of thing. You know, they're squeezy tubes. This is the Laneige one that I was looking for before, and I, of course, couldn't find it because I can't find anything when I'm actually looking for it. And then the Ole Henderson, which they also gifted me, but I do have a ton of these too. Although I have given these to people, and because I have a lot of them, and I always get these like messages, be like, I fell in love with it. I was like, I know, they're all really good. So like that's why I have issues recommending the Chanel one. Not because it's not excellent, it is, but I just have so many other ones that are really, really, really good. They're like here, and then the Chanel one's here, and for so much more money, I just can't. The only skincare that I'm going to talk about today, like real true skincare, is in beauty. Here's why. There's a lot of good skincare at Sephora. They have La Mer, which I actually happen to like. I think it has, I don't think it's as good a line as it used to be when I started using it 25 years ago. But there are products from La Mer that I love. But overall, the only brand that I have just been blown away by that's at Sephora is In Beauty. And I have every In Beauty product. I'm looking at my desk. I have every In Beauty product there is. I have the No More Redness. I have the Extreme Cream Eye. I have Extreme Cream Face. I have the Bright and Tight. I have all of them. And the one that I would recommend, if you get nothing else, is the Extreme Cream, that just for your whole face. Combines all of the things that, like, if you're just really busy, frankly, and you don't have time to do a bunch of stuff, just use that. I mean, that's not what I would recommend for skincare. I think there's a lot more we can do, but if you're just going to use one thing, use that. You will see a difference. I absolutely love the In Beauty products. They are just phenomenally good, and I use them all the time. I do try out all kinds of different products for you guys because that's my job. But I think if I could stick with one thing forever, I mean, you know, who knows? Things do change. I used to just be a La Mer person, but I don't think I would ever get rid of the Extreme Cream or the redness the dual chamber thing. I don't think I would ever get rid of those two products. I just think they're that good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I've talked about them endlessly, and I feel like continually to talk about them here is not going to do you, it's not going to really help. But everything I've tried I haven't tried anything by Beauty that I didn't like. I don't have any skips for them. So, but you can ask me questions on the live. Tula is another brand that I just want to mention because Tula has two things that I think are really great. It's the Glow and Get It stick for the eyes. That really works. It's a product that I have it right here. I'm like trying to mimic it. This works. Okay. Now I can't tell you if over time it really depuffs and like brightens the eye area as a skincare product, but if you use this right before you go on camera or right before you go to a meeting, it does brighten and tighten the area like immediately. So I always have this here. That's why I could just grab for it. It's always here. And the other Tula product is, and I'll make sure the name is below, but it's the primer that really isn't a primer. I used it when I went to Jackson Hole and Cody, Wyoming. It just blurs the skin and it makes your skin look just a much healthier version of you with a little bit of color if you want it. Those two products are excellent. There are probably other Tula products that are excellent, but those are the two that I can recommend for me. Right? There's Biossance, there's Tatcha, there's lots of great products. So, we could literally sit here all day, which is why I'm going to do a live, which I know I've mentioned 17 times now, but so that you can ask me questions. So I can tell you if I tried the product and my thoughts about it. One other last thing, it's not really skincare, but I don't know where else it goes. The Touchland, sprays, the sanitizer sprays, I do love those. I don't think they're any better than any other sanitizer that's on the market, but those are cute. They're square, they have great scents. I like to give them as like little gifts. You know how at the end of the year, like there's people who like you just didn't think of necessarily that you want to get things for, but like a little thing. Nobody's gonna turn down a really cute little hand sanitizer. And if you put it in like a little bag, like drawstring bag with a little bow, it's just a cute gift. I mean, I know it sounds, but it's, there's things that just come up and you're like, oh, here, and so it's not super expensive, but it's really cute. And it's kind of like a luxurious sanitizer. Again, but I love them. I have a ton of them. So just wanted to mention. Perfume, fragrances. So there are a couple that I want to mention immediately that I think you absolutely should buy. I don't do that. Now, if you've never watched me before, hi, you don't know that I don't do that. My name's Jennifer, by the way. And here on my channel, we do all things luxury. And when I define luxury, I define it differently than most people. But my goal here is to make luxury every day for you, to make you your most confident self. That's really what my channel is all about. And having fun, because I love to have a fun community where you can all help one another. I don't think women do that enough, but that might just be me. So there are a couple perfumes that I really just think they're no-brainers to me, okay? The first is Saint Laurent Baby Cat. Baby Cat was really difficult to get for the first couple years that it came out. It was in Europe. You could get it in Europe, but you could not get it in the United States. It is a very sophisticated vanilla. It is a spicy vanilla. If you don't like that kind of spicy vanilla, if you want like a sweeter, more like, everyday vanilla, I wouldn't pick Baby Cat. But Baby Cat is one of my favorite fragrances of all time, which is saying a lot if you know how many fragrances I have. Second is, believe it or not, Rare Beauty. I did not expect to like the Rare Beauty as much as I like it. I brought it with me to the girls' trip in Wyoming, and every woman there ended up wearing it, not because, they were like, oh, it's just here, but because it smells really good it smelled good on everyone there. There's only 13 people, so that's a small sample size. But I gotta tell you guys, we all had very different body chemistry, we had very different styles, and everyone liked it. And that doesn't happen that often. Trust me. You can't even get people to agree on where to eat. So when you can get 13 women to agree that they all like a perfume, that's pretty good. So it's a vanilla. It's not a super complicated scent, I don't think, but there's something about the way this one was made that just really does smell nice, just really nice on everyone, or at least, like I said, people that I've seen try it. It's just a really good everyday fragrance. I don't know how else to say it. Try it out. There's the travel sizes. You don't have to get the big bottle. It's a really, really nice scent. Shalimar. The Shalimar 100th anniversary edition is at Sephora. So I'm going to buy a second one. I do have one bottle, but I'm going to buy a second one. This is a great version of Shalimar. If you hate Shalimar, don't buy it because it's a version of Shalimar. But it's a vanilla forward Shalimar. Vanilla, tonka, iris, something else there, but I can't think of what it is right now. Yeah. So it's leaning on that vanilla note, but it is Shalimar. It's the Shalimar DNA, just reimagined, and absolutely love it. Love the bottle too. I love what they did with it. It's very, very fresh design. So that one's great. We're gonna all have to do a shot every time I say my live. That would be bad. Shots of tea. How's that? During the live, you guys can ask me those questions. What about this fragrance that's at Sephora, or this fragrance? There's so many. Again, this is gonna be long enough as it is. I cannot go into every single fragrance and whether or not it's good. What I will tell you about one that I think you can skip, and I know this will be controversial, the Fleur fragrances. I think they're really nice. I would not buy a Fleur fragrance. I would buy a Fleur body mist because I think the fragrances are basically body mists anyway. That's just my take. If you know somebody who doesn't really like fragrances, but they do want a body mist, the one that I would recommend is the Fenty one. The vanilla flowers, which I think might just be exclusive to Ulta right now, but I'm sure it'll be at other retailers. It might even be at Sephora. That one is amazing. It smells so good. I tracked a woman through a store to find it. I really did. There's a short about it. It absolutely happened. That poor woman. But anyway, the Fleurs are nice. And I did talk about different Fleur fragrances because my sister was in Europe and brought me back like sample packs and I tried them. And Fleur also sent me a bunch of their fragrances. They're really nice. I have nothing negative to say. They're just, So, but if you have that person who really doesn't she's not really, or he's not really into fragrances, but they want something that just is like a great body mist so that they smell clean and nice, yeah, go with the Fleurs. But don't spend more money than you have to, because I just don't think they're worth it. The other one is something called Milk Orchid. Now, Milk Orchid is a fragrance that at the moment is out of stock. So you'd have to check hopefully it'll come in stock for the sale. I don't know if it will. But you could check your store. This is from Commodity, and Commodity does really good fragrances, in my opinion. They do milk, they do book, like they have these, really basic sounding titles, but wool, but I love them. I think they're way underrated. Again, just me, but I think they're fantastic. This one though is interesting because it was a collab that they did, and it was with a TikToker who I have never heard of because I'm not really on TikTok, but I kind of want to follow her now because this fragrance I got to sample and I didn't buy it because I'm an idiot, and it's really good. It's so good. Now it's a limited edition. Again, I don't know if it'll be available, but the keynotes are fig, milk, magnolia, and vanilla orchid. If you don't know, vanilla pods are from an orchid plant. So yeah, it's worth, if you can find it, even if it's not on sale at Sephora, like if you can't find it at Sephora, you can find it somewhere else, I would suggest picking it up. And again, for what it is, the price point is actually decent. It's $155 for a 100 milliliter, which, trust me, when it comes to really excellent, really well crafted fragrance, that's not a bad price. All right, so let's get to makeup, which is really what you guys want to talk about. All right, so there are 7 million brands at Sephora. And yes, that is all white hair. I know. I haven't had time. I'm filming for you guys. I don't have time to get my hair done. So there are so many brands and so little time. So what I'm gonna do, again, go through the brands. Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent eyeshadows are the #1 things to pick up. Their powder blushes would be the next thing. And then their under eye brightener / concealer would be the 3 things. There are new things out. There's that 6-pan palette. I saw it at Sephora. There are liners. There are, lip products. There are so many different things. I have never tried a Saint Laurent product that I hated. However, the ones that I just mentioned are my favorites. The lip products, the lip glosses, the lip glazes, I have and I'm not joking, I have 30 of them, different ones, and they're really good and I really like them, but they are pricey for what they are, and they are very similar, in my opinion, to Fenty. And I think the Fenty ones are a little bit better. Again, probably a controversial take, but Merit. Pick up the new Solo shadows. I have Glacé on my eyes today. The only shade that I saw that was sold out was the Palladium, I think it was. Palladium was gone. That's like the silvery one, which is the one I want because they sent me 3 shades. Yeah, they're extremely good. They're perfect for every day. You can, glam them up for night. You can put them on top of something else. You can put them underneath something else. Merit is another brand that I really like. I like their cheek balms are fantastic. Their foundation sticks are fantastic. Their lipsticks are fantastic. I love their lip liners that have they're the soft lip liners. They don't create a harsh line. Those are fantastic. I just talked about the primer a few minutes ago. The only thing I don't like by Merit is their mascara. I don't particularly like their mascara. So I'd skip their mascara. But other than that, I can't think of anything that I don't like by them. I don't like their mascara. That's it. Which is not bad for an entire brand. Westman. Not all stores carry Westman, but most of them do by now. I really like the Westman brand. I think that Gucci Westman, who designed and created the brand, is a really talented person. And I think her products are all excellent. I like her blush sticks. I like her blushes. I like her iPods. I love her contour stick. She was the first one to come out with a contour stick that was like the best. Her light up sticks, her drops. I'm gonna have a video where I compare the Westman drops, the Lisa Eldridge enhancing tint, and the Victoria Beckham drops. Bronzers, all of the stuff is great. Thing is though, and her under eye, like I use her pink powder underneath her, really, really good. Her stuff is really spendy. Really, really spendy. Really, really expensive. If you're a more mature person, you're older. You have older skin. You know what? Even if it's not older, if you have, what I'm going to use is the term that my dermatologist uses, which is if you have fussy skin. If you have fussy skin and you're trying to decide between something like an Ilia and a Westman or Tower 28 and go with the Westman. The Westman products are made for that. They are really well created for people who have dehydrated, drier, more lines, all of those things. You won't go wrong with Westman. There are 2 products by Westman that I hate. One is the pebble looking thing that has the lip suede in it. That's the beige one. That made me look like a corpse. I hated that product. And the other one is their lipsticks, their matte lipsticks, which go on beautifully. Like the most sensuous look. You talk about luxurious matte lipstick I've ever tried in my life. And then later on in the day, I was eating pieces of clay. I really hate that product. Now, I have been told several times that the new lips, they've messed around with the formula and it's better. I have still not bought another lipstick because that one traumatized me so much because it's like $65 and it's been sitting in a drawer. So yeah, eventually I will try one. I mean, I will. If Westman was willing to send me one, hey, Westman, if you want to send me one to try out the new formula, but on my own, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around buying another $65 product that's not going to work for me. Givenchy, the bronzers. Okay, so the bronzer I have is a very light bronzer. It's the lightest shade, it's 001. But all the bronzers that have the Prisme Libre, they're light. None of them are deep, at least from what I saw when I looked at Sephora. So if you have a deeper skin tone, I'd say deeper than medium, I don't think they're gonna work for you. You might just like a really light bronzer, but I don't think so. I think they're really geared towards a lighter skin tone. So Givenchy, you need deeper bronzers, but for those of you out there that have my skin tone or something similar, the 001 I love. It's just a very light bronzer. I don't have it on right now. I'll put it on while we're talking, but it's not a deep bronzer. Like if you're somebody who really wants to look like you went to the south of France, this is not your one to buy because you won't get that look. But you'll get a very nice bronzy, well, light bronzy, luminescent look. Again, I'm very pale, so for me it's fine. But if you have a deeper skin tone, well, first of all, this is the 001. It's definitely not going to show up. But even like the deeper one is not particularly deep. And you can see I'm just like throwing this on. I'm not even like, I'm throwing caution to the wind here, and you can't really see it. I mean, you can, but I have to like go over it, which is actually what I like about it, because I can just like throw it on my face and be like, okay, I don't have time. Let's run out the door. See? That's the 001. So it's actually one of my favorite bronzers. I have it in my drawer next to me because I love it so much because it's so easy for me to use, but it's not going to be for everybody. Givenchy has a lot of interesting products that I actually like, and they did fix what they broke with their loose and pressed powders. I think they're really good, but I don't think they're as good as they used to be. I like the old formula. So, you know, I like their glosses. I like their liners, actually, Givenchy liners. But I always find that I like their products. I never really find one that I'm absolutely in love with until that bronzer. So, you know, I wouldn't really focus on that brand as much. That's just, again, just me. Dior. With Dior. Dior used to be one of my favorite brands when I started this channel because they had come out with their new version of their formula for their eyeshadows. Now Dior can be one of my favorites, and it can also be the bane of my existence. So I'd say this. The foundation sticks, if you have dry skin and you want something glowy, are phenomenally good. I've done videos where I show exactly like 3 shades that I have. Dior actually sent me 2 shades, even though I've talked bad about them, which I do appreciate. To see what color you might be, go in the store. They have like all the shades. The lip maximizers are some of my favorite things that have ever been created. And the new shade Sunlit Amber, which I also have over here somewhere. Where did I go? Oh, here we go. It's a fantastic shade. I now have 2 of these. I love this shade. It's like my favorite. It's so good. And these feel great on the lips, and I really like them. They don't bother my lips at all. Their lip oil was my OG lip oil. Still love that. Their lip liners are excellent, and they have some great beigey, pinky shades that are really, really good. However, when you get into like their shadows and their, you know, all the other products, like all their other foundations, and some are great, some aren't. Sometimes I try the foundations and have a completely different color. Like it's not consistent across the different foundations, which annoys me. If I'm a shade 1 in the cushion, I should be a shade 1 in the stick, and I should be a shade 1, and they don't do that. So you never really know what shade you are, which I just find irritating. The liquid highlighters that they have, I think, are really good, but some of them are really sparkly, some of them are not, so it depends on which one you like. Their highlighters, generally don't love their highlighters, to be honest, their powder ones. I think they're too sparkly. Their bronzers, there's one bronzer I really like from them. It's 04. It's a great bronzer. I think that one's excellent. But then they come out with all like these special edition ones, and they look exactly the same to me. So I'm like, is it different? How do I know? These are my issues with Dior. So if it were me and I was going into a Dior, you know, display, I would pick up the maximizer. If you want a glowy foundation stick, I'd pick up that. Backstage blushes are excellent. The new ones are really good. I did not see the limited edition shades there. If they have them, yes, pick them up, but I didn't see them. So, you know, their over curl mascara, the volume, that one is also really good. But everything else, I can't give you a full review of at this point. However, I am going to pick up the sequin lips, so I have heard good things about those, but I haven't tried them yet, so I can't talk about them. But what I do have on my lip right now is the On Stage. Now, I have not talked about this product before. This is the Brilliance Comfort Intense Coated Shine Lipstick. I've had it on for over an hour, and it hasn't moved. It doesn't mean a lot for me because I have very dry skin, and so I don't actually have my lipstick come off that much. This does seem to stay on me. I like the bullet. I like small lipsticks like this because I can just do it in one swipe. Feels really nice on the lips. It feels really nice on the lips. I like the shade. The shade is 222 Confident Nude. That's very me. There's a scent that I don't love. I'm not sure what that is. It's not translating to taste though, but there's a scent. It's not my favorite. So I'll have more, but you can see how they look. I do think they look good, and they haven't moved. So you might want to take a look at those. And the only other thing I would recommend is the blush sticks. They are really nice. And what I really like about the blush sticks is that you can tell what color they are because of the packaging. I think that's just ingenious. And I think it looks really nice on the face. I did reviews about comparing it to Charlotte Tilbury and everything else, but I do really like those products. The lipsticks from Chanel, the lipsticks from Dior are good. I don't have a problem with them. And in fact, Lip Addicts are some of my favorite because I love the cases, but there are cheaper lipsticks on the market. This one does seem to be unique, but I haven't really used it for very long, so. Makeup Forever. I have the foundation on right now. This is one of my favorite foundations. This is the HD Skin Hydro Glow foundation. The shade that I have on at the moment is 1R02, which I think is my shade. This is great makeup. This is great foundation. Not particularly sexy, and it's not like luxurious packaging, but guys, this stuff stays on. This looks good. It covers everything that you need to have covered. It's a beautiful finish. Pick up this foundation. I've talked about it for years. Like, it's really good. It's a really good foundation. Makeup Forever also has excellent liners. You could use them as a lip liner, eyeliner. They're multi-purpose. They're sets that I've seen. You should look at those. Rare Beauty. I love everything by Rare Beauty except, I'd say except their mascara. It's the only thing I don't like by them. Similar to Merit, interestingly enough. I talked about their perfume nonstop. You know, I don't actually, no, that's not true. Their tinted moisturizer isn't my favorite. It's not bad, but I wouldn't purposely seek it out. It's fine. Their brow pencil I don't particularly love either. Okay, so I've thought of some things. So there you go. But everything else, like their blushes, their liquid blushes, their contours, their highlighters, their powder highlighters, their eye pencils, perfume, exceptionally good. Exceptionally good. But their foundation, their mascara, and their brow pencil. Those are the three that I'd be like, those are skips. But everything else, love, love, love. And then last but not least is Fenty. Fenty was at the YouTube event that I was at. And so I have a lot of Fenty products that I have not tried before. But I have always loved the Fenty glosses, the gloss balms. And I've had a bunch of them. I think I don't talk about it enough as a brand because honestly, their stuff is really good. It just tends to be a lot of the time a little too sparkly, I think, for me in what I tend to go to. But here's the thing. Their body mist is fantastic. The Fenty perfume, the original perfume, I bought last year during the sale, and I absolutely love that scent. The gloss balms, these I bought. These aren't, Fenty did not send me these. I bought these myself. Then they gifted me some liners, and then I have these that they did. I'm like picking all the stuff they did gift me. So I actually use Fenty like a lot of the time, and I really like the lip products. In fact, one of my favorite foundations used to be the Fenty, I think it was called Pro Filter. It was in a tube, and it was like a dewy foundation, and I loved that foundation, and they got rid of it. I was color matched while I was at the event with their new foundation. It did seem nice. So I might actually try that one. I might pick that one up because I know it's the same shade, which I love the fact that they kept it the same shade. Again, Dior, take note. But yeah, the Fenty products are all good. Like, so I guess, you know, there's so many products. If you have Fenty products, pull them back out and play around with them because there's excellent quality there. And I think, especially for me anyway, the lip products, the gloss balms and the sticks, I think those are really good. Like, they look great on the lip. Like I said, this is a long video. I had to break it down by product category and then by brand so that you could see which things to pick up and which things not to pick up, which ones to skip. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, for you to decide. I'm here to try to help you, help guide you. But if you love something and I hate it, it doesn't really matter what I think as long as you love it. The Sephora sale, as I said up front, the three categories, the Rouge, the Insider, the VIP, whatever it is, the 20%, the 15%, and the 10%. Just remember that if you're only getting 10%, there are probably better deals out there. There are probably better deals at Macy's right now that has the 15% for everything. Well, not everything, but everything that's 15% is 15%. You know, Nordstrom has sales. Bergdorf's will have sales. Neiman's will have sales. Saks will have sales. The brands themselves will have sales. So keep that in the back of your mind when you're deciding. If you are Rouge and you get 20%, that's a pretty good deal on most of these things. Sometimes you'll see sales over 20%, absolutely, but not for the really popular things, not for the things that sell out. So like the Dior Backstage limited edition blushes, I don't know if they'll be in the Sephora sale or not. They were in the Macy's sale and I talked about them, and so did Sophia and so did other people, and the Starry Pink shade sold out that day at 15% off. There's things to wait for, and then there's things not to wait for. If you have questions, bring them to my live, take a shot of mineral water, and talk about it. But you can ask me which ones I think will sell out, which ones won't. It's always a little hard to tell, but I would say like the Edam lip products, those sell out. Things that are below the $40 price point are more likely to sell out fast. Sashu will, certain colors will sell out. I think this Sunlit Amber will sell out personally. I think some of the Fenty Nude colors or combinations will sell out. I don't think you're gonna find across the Merit, the new Solo shimmer shades, they will sell out. I don't doubt that at all. Yeah, so I mean, anything that's like brand new and like has gotten a lot of hype, even if it's 10% off, it's going to sell out. So just keep that in mind when you're making your buying decisions. Something that's been on the market for a very long time that is a higher price point, you know, probably won't sell out. And if you're only getting 10% on it, and if you can get a better deal elsewhere, then just wait. You don't need to buy it at this sale. So with that, guys, that's all of it. It's a very long video, but I didn't want to leave anything out. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon.